Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. Well, man, that was fun. That was a fun night. Really proud of our team. And, these seniors, and for these guys to have an opportunity to roll out of here. We got some guys 6 years that they're leaving with, 5 of these, and guys with 4 years leaving with 3, and guys with 5 leaving with 4. So this is a great night for us. I'm really proud of this team, and I'm proud of the consistency of our program. But tonight was special. I mean, it really was. It's hard to win. No matter what happened tonight, we had a good year. But anytime you can win 11 and you win your league, you had a great year. And so this was a culmination of a great year and a lot of good things, that happened tonight. First of all, we didn't turn it over. And we got takeaways. We were +3 in the margin. Defensively, man, we got after the quarterback. They had 4 sacks. And then probably the biggest thing is, because, they moved the ball, but we got stops in the red zone, something we have not been doing well. So we got held them to a field goal, held them to downs, got the pick 6 in the red zone, and and we blocked the kick. So there were a lot of good things that happened in the red zone for us. It was a huge difference, and then obviously offensively, man, we really played well. Cade came in. We went into this game with him coming in the 3rd series, no matter what. DJ did not play well the first 2 series and didn't know what he was going to do. And then he came in and really played well, and we rolled the rest of the way. So a lot of guys made some plays. It's good to get Cole Turner back in there tonight. And, we talked to him all year about, hey, listen, we're going to need you to win a championship. Didn't know it was going to quite be like that, but it was really awesome. He really don't even know what he's doing yet, but he's going to be a great player, and he really doesn't even know he's good. So super excited about just our future and a lot of the things that I saw tonight. But man, Trotter was awesome. He had 3 sacks, and again, the 3rd week in a row we've scored on defense. And then BT Potter once again. I mean, I think he became the first ACC player ever to have 4 seasons 100+ points. So all in all, all 3 phases did some good things, and probably played our best game for sure, since the Miami game. So happy for our guys. We're excited to go back to the Orange Bowl. When we won this thing back in 2011, we hadn't been in the Orange Bowl in 30 years, and now we're going back for the 4th time in 12 years. And I'm really happy for our guys to be able to have an opportunity to experience that. And, the guys get this week off. We got a lot going on. We got 1 more week of class, and then we got finals. All of us got to hit the road. We got recruiting. We got a lot to do. We'll start our prep sometime next weekend, and then, get ready. We got 1 goal left, and that's to win the closer. Just super excited about, what these guys were able to do tonight, and, to win our 7th one in 8 years, And again, I didn't know this until tonight, but that hadn't been done since the 70s at Alabama. So I know people think this is supposed to be easy to be done. It's not. To win 1, but to be consistent like we've been as a program, and to get the start that we've had this decade. We had a great decade in the teens, but we're off to a better start in the 20s. A bright future ahead, and you saw a lot of that tonight. We only got 1 senior offensive lineman. Got a lot of young talent back, and then you saw what Cade could do tonight. Man, he's worked his butt off all year to get ready, and thought he might take it in the Notre Dame game. It didn't work out, but he's just kept grinding and kept preparing. And then tonight, man, he took it and didn't look back. And and again, I'm proud of DJ. And the leader he is, and just the man of character that he is, and the reality is we would not have won the Atlantic, and we wouldn't have been here tonight without him, and we wouldn't have won the ACC championship tonight without Klubnik. So it was a great team win, and great to be a part of, and again look forward to putting a good plan together and going down and competing in the Orange Bowl.
Questions? Raise your hand. Let's get the handheld mic to you. First question to our left.
Dabo, Steve Reed from the Associated Press. You said you had made a decision before the game to go with Cade on the 3rd series. First of all, why had you made that decision to do that? And second part question is, will he start in the Orange Bowl? Yeah.
We made the decision Sunday. Called Cade last Sunday and kind of told him what we were going to do. And it's kind of one of those things that it could have happened earlier. And it's guys got to earn it. And, I've got a quarterback coach that's coached some great ones, and he's coached the best of the best. And, and Cade will be the first one to tell you, he really wasn't ready early. And but he kept getting ready, and he kept doing what he needed to do. I thought the Notre Dame game, maybe it would happen. We struggled there. Again, DJ led us with the longest winning streak in the country, and after the Syracuse game, we're like, okay, and then obviously he goes in, throws a pick, and then we put DJ back in, and he really played well. He really played well to finish that game, and then he played two of his best games against Louisville and against Miami. Going into those games knowing that a change was there if he didn't play well, and then obviously this past week, he gets all the blame and stuff, but he wasn't the reason we lost that game. I mean, he and everybody just said, oh, he was this or this, but we had 5 drops, we had fumbles. We gave up 360 yards passing, so he took his share of it. But there were certainly he didn't do some things well either. So we went into this game, and he knew it too, that hey, here's where we are. And you saw the first 2 series, he missed some easy plays, and we already knew he was going in, and then Cade went in and played well, and it happened. So that's how it goes. But again, we don't win the Atlantic without DJ, and there's no doubt about that. So I appreciate who he is. He's one of the most respected young men that's come through this program. His teammates love him, and things have to happen, the way they're supposed to happen. And tonight, that's the way it went. And Cade, man, he was ready, and you got a chance to see what he can do. And he played in rhythm. Guys made plays for him. And you see he's really, really fast. He can really make plays with his legs. I think he might have been our lead. We didn't really rush the ball very much, but I think he might have been the leading rusher on top of that. But it was a great night. And, again, a glimpse to our future and what it looks like at Clemson. So I'm really happy for him. And, yeah, he'll be definitely will start. He's earned the opportunity to go start. And so we got a few weeks here to get ready for whoever we play in the Orange Bowl, excited to see him continue to build on it, and again have a great finish and build some momentum going into next year.
Second row right in front of me.
Coach, Trevor Gross, UTaggers.com. How about the game Nate had? Really coming full circle since the terrible game he had at Wake Forest, and tonight he has the 2 PBUs in the end zone, the blocked field goal, and the ACC record 98-yard pick 6.
Wow, I didn't know it was a record. That's awesome. Yeah, he's been close. He's missed on about 3 of those pick 6s through the year where he's really been there. But he's a great player, and he's just really matured. He's gotten more focused. He's gotten more detailed as the year has gone on, and I'm really proud of him. I mean, he's a very, very talented young man. He's a guy that, early on, just a little rough around the edges, a little immature when it comes to really, doing what you need to do programmatically. And, man, he's just come full circle. He really has. The players love him. He's a great teammate. He really loves to play. He loves football, and I love that about him. It's important to him, but I love how, like I said, he's grown from a detail standpoint. He's had a bunch of pass breakups, but tonight was awesome. And, again, we got pressure on Drake, and we're able to make him hold the ball longer than he wanted to a few times, and make him get rid of it a little earlier than he wanted to a couple times, and that was just a great play right there, and an unbelievable return. I mean, he can really run, so that was obviously a huge play, and just really happy for him. And again, just a sophomore, got a lot of good football in front of him.
Hey, Coach, Alex Umbriani with ADSN. Two-parter for you. How rewarding is it for this group of seniors and fifth-year seniors to end their careers with winning an ACC championship and going to a Orange Bowl? And how exciting is it for you as a coach and a father to see your son, Drew, score on that 2-point conversion?
Yep. Yeah, it was great. We knew we had that, and we that put us up. Instead of 3 touchdowns, it was 3 touchdowns and a 2-point. So it was a good play, and he had a couple nice plays. Man, Drew's a guy we got a lot of confidence in, and he's steady, he's consistent, he knows what to do, he's tough, he catches it, And you know, every opportunity that he's had this year, he's taken advantage of it. And he's one of the most respected guys on this team too. He's a great leader and unbelievably committed. So I'm really happy for him and proud of him for the game he had. And for these seniors, yeah, I mean, you know, this is what you do it for, to have an opportunity to win a championship. And it's a goal in our program for everybody. So we had a couple with the class of 21 hadn't won one yet. And then obviously our freshmen that just got here this year, the class of 22. So every signing class that we've had since February of 09 has won a championship or multiple. And that's a huge part of what we want for our guys to experience. So for these, again, Luke Price rolling out of here with 5 out of 6 years, and you know, KJ and those guys leaving with 4 out of 5. TD leaving here with 3 out of 4. It's something they'll never forget. I don't know that they really can kind of grasp that right now, but 20 years from now, that's probably one of those things where, like, yeah, man, you know, they make it look easy, but it's not. It's not easy.
We'll take questions for Cade also, please. Who's the next question? Third row.
Coach, Rob Gilchrist, WCRS, 1450 AM, 98.5 FM. After that opening score by North Carolina, seemed like the defense just settled in and just played a heck of a ball game for the next 3.5 quarters. What does that tell you about Coach Goodwin, his preparation, how he just kept the guys focused throughout the ball game, even getting down 7-0 early on?
Yeah, I mean, we've made a lot of strides defensively this year, and obviously we've had some guys in and out, and didn't have Mickens the first half, and you know, we've had some guys beat up. Makuba has been beat up all year, but you know, I'm proud of him. It was a huge challenge, and you know, they stepped up. And at number 11, I mean, he's a great player, and they get him the ball every which way you can think of. But you know, May is special. And so to be able to we knew we were not going to just stop him. So we just had to try to turn him over. We had to try to affect him. We had to try to not let him have a lot of run game, and him including, because he's their leading rusher, but then really win in the red zone. And we were able to do that. So I'm proud of those guys. You know, Wes and Mick, you know, they've grown a lot this year, and it's been fun to watch them and, you know, really settle in their role. And we got a lot of guys back on defense next year too, so I think we got a bright future over there.
Front row.
I have one for Cade and one for Coach. I'll just do Cade first. Cade, I wonder what your single favorite moment of tonight was.
You wanted the throwback. You were begging for that all week.
Yeah, I had told him on the way. I think it was at the hotel today. I wanted the throwback with Phil, and I was like, "Let's do it early.
Surely
let's
that's
do it."
Surely that's
That was
moment.
pretty fun. I mean, I wish we would have scored on it, but that was definitely pretty fun. But I really love to see Cole Turner kind of show out tonight. That was really awesome. Dude's just kind of a silent worker. He's just, you know, he's more of a quiet guy, but also just a great dude. But you know, he can fly, like he can run, and he catches the ball. And you know, like Coach Swinney was saying, he's still new to receiver. He's only played 1 year of football. This being his second year of football, right?
2 years. 1 year as a receiver.
Yeah.
You know.
So, you know, he's just an athlete, and he went and showed what he can do tonight, and I'm excited to see what he can do. But I think my favorite moment was probably scoring the first touchdown, and I kind of saw my family up in the stands out of nowhere. I just found them, and that was a pretty cool moment for me. So.
And then quickly, Coach, given how spectacular Cade was, I wonder if you regret not using him in the South Carolina game at all.
I got a lot of regrets from the South Carolina game, but not really. You know, again, that's DJ's not why we lost. But you know, hindsight's always 20/20. You know, there's a lot of things I wish we could have done over, like 4th and 1 and not fumble the ball. There's a lot of things I wish we had a chance to do over, but you don't get a chance to do that. So it's all about what's next for us.
Second row.
Hey, Cade, it's Anna Adams with Clemson 24/7. After the first touchdown drive, the ABC broadcast said that you said to the guys on the sideline, "We're just getting started." Could you expand on that and kind of what you said to them after that?
Yeah, you know, I think I just went and kind of talked to the offensive linemen and the receivers, like, man, this is just a start. Like, let's keep on rolling. And we had a great first drive, and I really just tried to encourage them, like, don't be satisfied with this. Don't be satisfied with one good drive. Like, let's go get 5 or 6 more. And that was my kind of encouragement to them, was like, we're just getting started. So,
Second row.
Hey, Cade, Trevor Gross, CUTigers.com. Saw KJ put his arms around you on the TV set there after the game. How much has it meant to you to have the love and support of those upperclassmen, those veterans on the team? Even though this has been DJ's team up until now, it's obviously an unusual situation with DJ being the starter, all season long, and then you coming in.
Yeah, I'm going to miss our seniors. I really am. Just, getting here in January, the impact that they've all had on me, from J-Mac to, Davis and Luke Price. But, definitely KJ for sure. He's in our little locker section. He's been awesome. And JP, and, I'm definitely going to miss those dudes. They've meant a lot to me, and just super thankful for all of them. So.
Third row to our left.
Hey, Cade, this is for you. Sean Mahoney, WCIV, ABC News 4. I wanted to know, knowing that you knew that you were going to come into this game on Sunday, I believe Coach Swinney said, what was kind of your mindset leading up to this game, and kind of looking back in hindsight, how happy are you with the way it turned out?
Yeah, with the preparation from kind of that standpoint, Coach Swinney and Coach Tria told me all year long, prepare every week like you're going to play, and that's been my mindset. And I've learned so much this year. I'm just super thankful for me just kind of getting to sit back and watch. I feel like I've learned so much about quarterback and offense and defenses and protections, and it's been awesome. And I think that this week I've really been able to just dial in on North Carolina, and I think we had our best week of practice all year. I really do. And I think that kind of showed out tonight, offense and defense. But from the preparation standpoint, I think, just kind of prepared like every other week, and that's just how it went. So,
Front row.
Brett Freelander, SaturdayRoad.com. Cade, could you kind of go through that first drive, and especially those first couple of passes, and how that kind of maybe grew some confidence or made you more comfortable? Could you kind of go through that?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually said this a couple times already, but I think this was Coach Streeter's best game, without a doubt, his best game. I absolutely loved it. He's been doing a great job all year of play calling. I mean, I can't imagine that being your first time. I know he did it at Richmond, but your first time at Clemson, play calling, and he's been in the program for a long time, but just super thankful for him, just the way that he's been able to prepare us, and all of the quarterbacks. I mean, I'm super thankful for him, the man that he is, and the way that guys just kind of draw towards him. And he talked about yesterday and today, for the word today was just love, and just loving on these guys and loving for each other, and I think that really showed out in this game. I think that there was more love throughout this game than there has been all year. And, when it comes to the drive itself, I think we just kind of did what we do in practice all week. And that's all up to the coaching staff. And they had a great plan this week. And, I mean, it just felt like practice out there. It really did. So,
Take one last question for Cade. We'll let him get back.
Congratulations again, Cade. Gene Clemens, The Athletic. Coach had mentioned something earlier about he thought that you may have kind of took the reins a little bit earlier, but you had a couple opportunities that you may have not taken full advantage of. When you came off the sideline today, you looked determined. It looked like you had an extra pep in your step. You hit the ground running. Did you feel like this was your time, and that it was essentially a position you weren't ready to give back, maybe as you might have done in the past?
Yeah, I think I had a little bit of a different mindset today. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I was pretty pumped, and I just came ready to play free, and just trusting God's timing with everything. I think that's been what I've learned most over the past six months. Really, is just trusting God's time with it, and just having peace in that and having joy in that, knowing that I didn't know how the game was going to go. I really didn't, but I just knew that God was in control of the whole thing from the very start, from the first snap to now, and it's been awesome to see what He's been doing, and just to be able to honor Him through that. It's been awesome.
Cade, thanks. Great job tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Next question for Coach, back of the room.
Yeah, hey, Dabo. Phil Kornblut, Sports Talk Media Network. You didn't rush either Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence into being starters. You picked their time, and you didn't know how it was going to turn out, but obviously it turned out well. Do you sense this is a turning point maybe in your program, knowing what you know about Cade and his abilities and what he might do moving forward?
Well, I mean, one game doesn't, make a career. He's got a long way to go and a lot of consistency ahead to kind of be there. But, we recruited him with certainly high expectations. And, he's coming in here. He's never lost a game as a starter. He won 3 state championships in high school, and now he's coming here as a freshman and got MVP of his first championship game. So he's a special talent, and we knew that. We also knew he needed to develop some. And he's really put the work in. He's worked on his body. He's not quite 200, but he's right there, and he's really grasped things from a just an offensive standpoint. But I think he's got he certainly has all the capability and all the tools to really be a great one, and that's what we felt like. Him coming into this program, and sometimes you can put a guy out there, too early. And but you also have to have, it's got to be a situation where a guy earns it, and it happens when it happens. And tonight it kind of turned, and he took it and ran with it. And so again, he's got to keep it going. As soon as he has a bad game and get the next guy in here, about to be wanting that back up to come on in. So he's got a ways to go, but it's a great start for him. For sure, a huge confidence boost, and I love our young guys that we got. And Bo had a great year, and man, obviously he's missed some games too with injuries. But Bo and Antonio and Adam and Cole, I think we got a really great nucleus of guys that we can build around there. Obviously we got great backs and really good tight end there, and young tight ends in Brenny and Sage. And only one senior lineman in J-Mac. So I think collectively as a group, they saw tonight what they're capable of doing as they move forward in the future. And again, hopefully we can build on it.
Second row to our left.
Andrea Adelson, ESPN.com. Dabo, I'm wondering how DJ took the news when you told him that Cade would be coming in for the 3rd series, and also with Cade starting in the Orange Bowl, what does DJ's future look like here at Clemson? Yeah, I mean, DJ's he's a special person. He handles everything the right way. He handles everything with class, and he understood and knew. Streeter talked to both of them as well. But we hope that he'd play well, but he didn't have a great series, especially the first series there, and but we stuck with the plan, and then the rest is history. So and you got to give credit to Cade for that. He kind of came in and took it, and it happened. So moving forward, Cade will be the starter going in, and DJ will be the backup, and we'll keep moving forward, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of conversation. He graduates in a week or so, he's got a bright future. Obviously, it didn't end tonight the way he would like, but he's got a bright future as a football player. And he's a guy that always have a special place in my heart, because nobody's ever worked harder, nobody's ever been more respected in this program. These guys love DJ, and I do too.
Second row.
Coach, over here. Trotter's put together 3 unbelievable games in a row now. Does it kind of remind you a little bit of the way Kevin Dodd came on at the end? I think it was 2016, or is there another player that you can think of that has really taken it to another level at the end of the season like he has?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Kevin Dodd because Trotter just came in a way ahead of a Kevin Dodd. Kevin his 5th year, he was special, but he didn't really have a great football foundation when he showed up, whereas Trotter is, his football instincts, his football savvy, his football IQ through the roof from the moment he got here. Obviously, last year with Skowski and Balin Spector, you had 2
high veteran dudes that he had a chance to really learn from. But you're right. He's really settled in down the stretch here and has played some elite football. And his honestly, the biggest part is he started to emerge as a little bit of a vocal leader. He was one of those guys that you just kind of saw, you didn't really hear, but he's really taken some ownership and he's come out of his shell a little bit as far as being that quarterback that we need him to be. And then obviously Barrett Carter. That's been a nice transition for us. You saw us, we used Trenton in a little bit different way tonight, bringing him off the edge some and also playing him out in space. He did a great job spying the quarterback a little bit, ran him down. But Trotter is he's awesome. And that little group, that's the group I kind of challenged because they hadn't really won anything yet. Trotter, Barrett Carter, Nate, kind of that group of guys. So it's good to see them be able to be a champion tonight. But he's a great one.
We'll take two more. First row to our left.
Hey, Coach Ian Taylor of the Seneca Journal. Going back to the youth, obviously all these freshmen, sophomores that made a bunch of big plays. What does it say, not just about them making those plays, but doing it in an ACC championship game in an NFL stadium?
It means our future's bright, for sure. We got a bright future. Antonio has had a great year. I know he had a tough game last week, but he's had a really special year. These young backs have had great sophomore seasons, Shipley and Maffa. Brenny's had a really good sophomore season, kind of pairing up there with a veteran like Davis Allen. And so I'm excited. Marcus Tate, as a sophomore, had a great year for us. Obviously, he got hurt and is out, but he had a great year, really took a big step forward. Putnam moving to center and coming back, next year. And Walker Parks, and then, freshman Blake Miller starting at right tackle for us all year long. So, again, there's been a lot of those guys that have done some good things on that offensive side for sure.
Last question, second row.
Hey, Dabo, had you noticed a big jump in consistency in practice from Klubnik this past month, I guess, since the Notre Dame game?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Street has felt good about it. He's practiced well. I thought he had a great week this week. He got a little bit more work with the ones this week. But, he's taking advantage of his opportunity again tonight. He was ready, and it was good to see guys. Right out of the gate, we put a little RPO. We kind of loaded him up with some RPO stuff. It's very natural for him, and he did a great job with his decision making. As far as his give, his pull, his throw. The first one was just an RPO throw that threw out there to Antonio and got a little rhythm going, and you saw what he could do with his legs. And a beautiful throw to Cole, and then great catch, great play, by him as well.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
We'll get them in Miami.
Yes, sir. Thank you.